look at on the other side, the Jack. Wow, that's actually, is that fully locked there? Because usually you pick the Gragas to counter the Jax in lane and handle Jax up there. So yeah, that's why it's just a hover over. Not going to jump on that one. Don't want to go into an already showing Gragas here. And they'll actually take the Annie side of it because Nico is banned. So that is kind of the premier stun, setup, roaming mid laner here. And Milio currently is the best support.
Yeah. I was surprised to see that some of the teams are letting it go so far down the draft ban phase, but it just all comes down to if you have a really strong marksman player to pair it with. But there was a cat let through the ban phase. Who let that happen, guys? I thought we were not going to have any Yuumi today.
That's interesting too. They're pairing it with the Lucian here instead of like going for the classic Zeri combination with it being available. Since they're facing the Milio, maybe they were worried about like Draven into it. Milio Draven is also incredibly dominant lane. But because EG don't pick up the Zeri to go with their Yuumi, that means that NRG get it with their Milio here, which is another really strong pairing. So that combined with Annie roaming power does look like a good 1-2-3.
Down to the second round of bans. Junglers are still needing to be searched here for both sides, NRG, EG. I mean, technically, Gragas could still be flexed for Armao if Jojo and Revenge want to splash a little bit more physical damage, let Armao be a solo AP threat on Gragas. Wukong being taken off the table, Nocturne. So you already see that both teams are aware that they need to diminish the jungle pool even further.
Interesting here. If you're going to whittle down the jungle pool, Maokai and Sejuani very prominent right now. With it being an enchanter meta, and we already have 2 enchanters for bottom lanes locked in, it does put more emphasis on having CC, having setup come from your jungle position as well.
Yep.
I guess the only like floating jungle carry still left would be the Kindred. That is pretty prominent here, but the Sejuani Maokai trade fairly likely as they ban out the Jace. They don't want them to have the AD option for mid lane.
That's right. I mean, if you were to lock Kindred here with Gragas, that's a great combo because you can at least punt people out with that explosive cast and setup, but you still need someone to be a reliable frontline CC. Evil Genius is aware of that, at least for NRG's side. Someone's got to be the tank. Someone's got to be able to walk up into those bushes late game and not get absolutely blown up by the damage that comes from the other team. Poppy would be a tank that fits in the role.
Contractz is also a big Poppy fan.
Sure.
big Poppy fan, and it gives you a lot of priority around those objectives. Poppy ultimate, opponent out, so you can secure them pretty easily. It is technically also flexible right now. You can flex it to top side of the map.
Yeah.
Top side Poppy is also thriving.
I feel like Dhokla would want to play something a little bit more damage carry oriented though. So, but Contractz, if that is his Poppy, it does prevent a lot of other junglers that have mobility because you can always block them with the steadfast presence. Don't play with my heart here. Okay. All right. So Sion being locked in. Now we're going to find out, Evil Geniuses, if this Gragas is going to be in the jungle for Armao and Jojo's going to get something else as a counterpick option into the Annie, or if we're handshaking Gragas and Annie and getting something a little spicier for Armao, or just doubling down on frontline options.
Well, a little bit more damage here.
I would like more damage.
For Evil Geniuses. You're always looking at the level 1s as well. All right.
Yeah! All right.
Armao back in it, brings out the Viego. Let's see if they can get those resets.
Armao is trying to beat the allegations that he's only a tank player. He's like, no, guys, I play carries too. Let me cook, man, on the main stage. I'm back in the LCS. I got to do it all day, every day.
Jat was alluding to the fact that in his time coaching with Cloud9, has a lot of time there with Blabber to bounce ideas back and forth. So it's definitely not a one-way street with coaches and players, especially when you do have players like Blabber. So see how much has gone the other way on that street. And then we have the final lock in here. Dhokla does pick up the Ornn into the matchup here. So I'm sorry, Raaffaa, it's not a bunch more damage, but it is that security of massive late game. You've got Ornn upgrades here for a Zeri Milio and plenty of frontline of CC, both Engage and Peel on their side.
And it's not like this NRG roster is unfamiliar with late game territory. A lot of the games that they won in the spring split, big upset ones where they just huddled and stalled it out until 40+ minutes. If that's the territory they want to aim for, I mean, you've got one of the best marksman setups to do it with this Zeri, right? All eggs in the basket for FBI, the newest addition alongside Ignar for this NRG roster. Meanwhile, EG, I'm just going to say from a SPY standpoint, new possibilities for this summer split. Both of these teams not necessarily hyped up to be in the top 3 conversation, but they will do their damnedest to be a dark horse for the summer split as we take to the stage for their first game.
Looks like we aren't going to have any sort of shenanigans early on. No sweepers coming out for anyone starting either. All wards probably going to be the standoff here, even though Armao is fishing around Raptors.
Oh, prowling projectile. I don't think it connected. All right, we're just dancing. We're having a good time here in the river. Unforgiven and Eyla poising for a more aggressive take. I don't know if EG wants to go for a lead invade.
I mean, there's a lot riding on this bottom lane for this entire split and the direction you want to go with for both of these teams.
Yeah.
You mentioned already FBI first game back out against his old organization. There were a lot of rumors flying around about the reasons why EG blew up the roster, and a lot of them surrounding not being able to afford the big star power that they had. See if they can make them pay for it. Revenge and Armao coming in, and Dhokla hits him.
If Jojo shoves wave hard here, you can get prio, and then they can go for this delayed invade. I don't know how much they're looking to achieve off of it, but they're doing a decent job of bullying Contractz and Dhokla and preventing them from starting, but Armao and Revenge are also delayed at the start as well.
Yeah, pretty rough there for EG. They just get stuffed on their attempted steal of Raptors here, trying to utilize the Sion. Armao even has to use his potion early there on the Viego. Usually you want to save that for after your clear, for when you go for your gank, so you can have more all-in potential. And good defense there from NRG, defending those Raptors for Contractz. Poppy got some nice buffs and is the reason why he started to get right back into it. A lot of them were some of the shock damage on the Q, so that big AoE that you use to instantly clear out those Raptors, that feels quite nice.
A curious start here from Armao. He did Wolves, got level 2, and now he's on the bottom side of the map looking for red buff, so I wonder if he wants to beat Contractz to the punch and hitting bot lane first as a gank. He could skip all these camps once he hits level 3 and just beeline towards the bot lane. Look at the most, get some summoners burned.
Yeah, Unforgiven right now kind of trapped under tower with the Yuumi on it. The Lucian plus Yuumi, pretty rare combination, but should be able to scrap together the rest of the CS here, as it is an early recall for FBI and Ignar. Be able to get that nice shove off. You get your little cheater off. Armao bounces back. It's still level 2. Does have his flash, could go for the...
Does he have W? I don't know if he started E or W second. We'll find out. They're looking for the gank. Body slam flash, and they connect the W. Don't even necessarily need a flash, but Armao gets it. The follow-up, and that's first blood for Evil Genius.
Oh, he's got the W, all right. Gets that stun, has the flash, and they get Palafox not only the kill, his flash down for the Annie as well from mid lane. Gonna reduce so much of that early playmaking potential. Man, what a bounce back there for Armao, able to make it happen even with just being level 2, chased off of those Raptors, still completes it here for Jojo in mid lane. And Jojo is the player that they completely rebuilt right back around.
Yep.
The star player for sure for the squad.
It was just really nice overall for Evil Geniuses, because you used to see once FBI and Ignar were looking for the early recall, Armao's early game plan was like, well, I can't go bot lane anymore. There's no one to attack. Oh, hey, what is that? Palafox is pushed up? Let's see if I can make something happen here. So first blood on the board. We're going to see if Armao can live up to the hype and now carry this snowball forward.
All right, Contractz, that ward is going to see him move in. Jojo knows it, gives him a nice little thumbs up. And Armao's on the hunt now that he's got the level advantage. Raptor respawn. Everybody knows the timer, even though he was chased off and didn't get first Raptors. You still know Contractz started there. Get back there, 4 minutes, and it is defended once again.
Yeah. So now the game for Contractz is keep a bunch of perfective vision around Palafox's lane, because even though both Armao and Jojo's flash is down, so is Palafox, and he doesn't have a built-in mobility spell other than shield, and I'm just going to run away as fast as I can. Jojo can always close the distance with body slam, Armao can too as with his W, and if they both get level 6, Palafox is in a world of trouble. He cannot overextend the lane if he does not have vision.
Yeah, Jojo's landing a lot of poke onto him with the Comet Gragas mid here. barrel after barrel for him. Ensures that he does get that extra trade damage, and another good combo from Jojo.
Palafox, you are playing with fire, my friend. And Jojo is not level 6 yet, so he can't just go in for the bomba all in, but he's getting close, and the wave is not in a great spot for Palafox. Armao is going to get spotted on this control ward. Contractz is here for the counter gank. They're not going to get anything off of it, but it just ensures that Palafox does not die to this look from Armao.
I mean, their wave, they're trying to get this wave in. They're just scrapping here. Palafox had very little mana left in addition to having very little health left. So trying to deal with the mid lane wave here. They end up even calling Ignar over as well. Recall finally goes off there for Palafox as Jojo thins it out in mid, and he'll get to the first level 6.
Yeah, that's got to be super frustrating for Palafox too. He doesn't have teleport either, so he has to take the long walk of shame back to his lane. He's going to be down at least a level now for the rest of the game, and if Jojo starts to use that advantage, like you said before, if he gets level 6 first and goes for the all-in, Palafox is going to be in trouble.
Meanwhile, we take a nice little detour up towards top lane tank farm situation. Nice. Pushing wave in.
Bunch of noodles slapping each other.
Dhokla will be able to collect here. All right, let's see if he drops any. He hit the cannon.
And that's all there is to see on the top side. Nothing more, folks. It's like when you go to the zoo, it's like, and we have our awesome lion exhibit, and they're sleeping. Maybe next time, folks. We'll come in tomorrow.
We've seen enough. There's a 3 CS difference. Big action.
Bot lane's got a nice push. Looking for maybe a drag rotation. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think with the crab secured, control ward down here on Dragon as well. NRG just securing their vision first. Jojo does lose control of the wave a little bit here. Palafox is now level 6 as well with the Annie.
Flashes are coming up for both Jojo and Armao, but so is Palafox's flash. They know their timer's done the same as that. But Jojo is looking for mid push at the moment while he's still bullying off Palafox. Armao clearing out the vision. He has bot lane push at the moment. They know Contractz is on the top side of the map, so this should be first dragon secured for Evil Geniuses. The question is, can NRG reset in time and look for a Rift Herald off the back of it?
Yeah, I think NRG just going to full give here as we see the Sion rotate through River too. So very nice stuff from Revenge as well, coordinating with the squad. Armao moves in, as you said, with bottom lane push. He can start up the Dragon. Mid lane pushes right back for them. Jojo gets control of the wave. And with Sion, you always have that extra leverage.
Yeah.
Being early in the game and having the option to just walk down River and ult through really does mean NRG commit to their decision. Give up Dragon number 1. Definitely don't need it. Definitely don't want to risk it.
And on the flip side, you know, Contractz is the first one on the top side of the map with a nice clean reset as well. He's going to hover to make sure that Jojo doesn't get the best of Palafox or can at least reserve some of his HP. I mean, Jojo's going super aggressive, but Armao's on the Krugs, so he's forced to use the explosive cast. At least that keeps himself alive and Palafox to reset.
Yeah, really smart there from Jojo, and he absolutely dismantles NRG 2-1 here. Wow, Palafox is going to die.
Oh,
yeah.
What the? What was that? A flash auto attack?
I think it was the belly slam into the flash. Or, yeah, we're going to need to get the slow-mo replay.
That looks so scuffed.
But, yeah, I thought Palafox, I don't know why he was stepping up there, even though he got the stun. He was such low health, and Jojo's able to make him pay for it with the flash play. Armao then instantly starting up this Rift Herald.
Got to be a little slow on this one, though. Contractz is waiting in the wings, has Keeper's Verdict, the flash forward from Dhokla. Called the Forge God, but Armao flashes over, and nice interrupt from Jojo. The body slam denies the ultimate. Palafox is teleported back, but the jungler's already dead, and Jojo is absolutely smurfing this fight in the river. Double kill for the mid laner.
Oh, he is sweaty, all right. Jojo is styling on the whole team here. Outplay after outplay. Jojo smurfing. Armao's gonna get another objective for the team, and Raaffaa, this gold lead is already ballooning pre-10 minutes into the game. Big gold off of Rift Herald. You're also going to be ensured the extra plates with your Rift Herald. Holy moly. Okay, so let's get another look at it. I was already like, man, this is kind of questionable walking up to the wave here for Palafox. He puts his shield on, goes for the stun, and then walks forward still. And Jojo, yeah, it was the flash auto. Just hits him with the headbutt.
Oh, meanwhile, all the action on the top side of the map, there is an isolated 2v2, Unforgiven and Eyla just run down FBI, and it's the calling. Oh, man. The tickling gets the best of him that time.
Raaffaa, this team, it was blown up, and they're looking better than ever, actually. Evil Geniuses coming out on fire in the LCS.
That's right. I mean, game one, you know, I want to temper expectations. I'm super hyped to see this kind of look day one, but there's still an entire summer split. Now, if Evil Geniuses carry this momentum, then I'm telling you, that will be a dark horse that we'll be looking at to challenge the top 3.
All right. So, Jojo done such a good job this game soaking up pressure in mid lane. He's constantly chunking down Palafox. And then he even absorbed extra summoner spells off of the jungler, outplaying. You know, when Contractz flashed on him, he targeted Palafox with the ultimate, knowing that that's where the damage was going to come from. Got the better in that trade, and was able to make the teleport back and trade for another one. Revenge is the off-screen hero here, getting extra minions, pushing down turret plates, doing his top laner job. You know,
when people thought Revenge was coming to this roster, they thought, okay, well, maybe Revenge will now get to play some carries. But you still got Jojo, you still got Unforgiven, 2 star carry players, and Revenge, I think, is pretty happy to just take weak side this game and still play the Sion tank and look for looks on engages later in the game. And he's doing a great job CS-wise. He's making his impact known. And the second dragon coming up in the next minute. I think NRG have no business contesting it whatsoever.
All right, Annie dropping the Tibbers, try and push it out here, and a little bit of chunk damage on Jojo, but Gragas notorious for the healing, and can he get the 50 gold?
I think he got it. Cha-ching. In the bank. Yeah, I just don't know how NRG get a chance to contest this dragon. So, Kobe, if you're NRG in this instance, are you just praying for late game at this point?
Oh, yeah. praying that the bleeding stops first, as Evil Geniuses bring down 4. Contractz is here to be the combo breaker, though, on Poppy.
Still about 30 seconds before the dragon, but the amount of pressure that Armao and Jojo can just have looming over NRG's bot side. Contractz has to permanently sit here so that FBI and Ignar don't get absolutely blasted by a look from Evil Geniuses. The Rift Herald gonna come out. Unforgiven will get some more turret plates. Nice combo. I don't think Palafox dies, though, but he's chunking him out before the dragon fight.
Yep, trade down here. Ultimate can delay the Rift Herald. I don't know if they can bring extra forces to actually make that mean anything, though.
Nice slam from Contractz into the wall, but it doesn't do anything that Unforgiven, just keeps him out of the fight for a little bit, but the calling still comes through and gets major chip damage onto the carries of NRG.
So you can delay the Rift Herald, but you can't stop her. The rest of EG still here. They do shove it in. She gets her charge off, they get their turret plates, and guess what? Dragon right on time as well. So much of a favorable damage trade for Evil Geniuses in the aftermath with Culling and Yuumi ultimate too, that Raaffaa, this entire game is under a death grip.
NRG are looking for some second wind, some room to breathe, but EG have a pretty tight grasp. And at this point,
Jojo's going to get some more money mid lane as well.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead, you already said, is ballooning. At what point it just becomes a rocket and just shoots straight up?
Fairly soon, I would say. Fairly soon. Only 13.5 minutes with 2 dragons and 4.5K. That is looking pretty juicy. They have a lot of tools to force as well here with the Gragas, with the Sion for Evil Geniuses. So. Yeah. Pretty easy to mine a lot of this turret plate money, continue collecting all neutral objectives. And Yumi's even sharing some of her time now with the jungle.
I wonder if Eyla will intend to make their best friend Armao in this game.
I think it's too far gone. It takes a while to catch back up.
Yeah.
And I think you actually want to be on Unforgiven. Having Lucian be so mobile here and have that option. He's got his Gale Force spike already, has made pretty good use of the culling chunks and the lead that the rest of the team has been able to acquire.
Damn, NRG really can't do anything. I think at some point the game will also start spewing out the pity prizes as well, the objective bounties. They're like, hey guys, looks like you're in a rut, you need some help.
Yeah, okay, we got a stun combo, Armao 50%, but should be able to walk away. So that's the hope, right? Because if you're looking, all right, we need to stall, we need to go late game. Hopefully, NRG can make some trades here and try and collect some of those objective bounties, because them being up is one thing,
yeah,
but these towers are also so healthy actually collecting one of those being down 5,000 gold is very difficult. Maybe they can pull a brute force play on the other side, but bottom's already been pushed in by Jojo. He's level 11 on the Gragas with his teleport, with his flash, and his plays have been on point thus far. Interrupting Ornn to try and get second cast of ultimates off, you know, popping Palafox back.
You know, that is actually one thing we'll have to keep track of Jojo for the arc of summer, because I think in spring, even though his mid lane dominance was never questioned, his time on the side lanes in the mid game and just knowing where to be and not overextending himself was always a criticism that we had for the young player. But Jojo, so far, he's been pushing out lanes, he hasn't been getting caught out, and he's even looking proactively for roams, and it puts pressure on NRG. So even though it doesn't look like anything is happening, there's a lot of mind games and just pressure points that are being applied by Evil Geniuses that prevent NRG from even looking at opportunities.
All right, well, that Rift Tail, that juicy objective bounty, which is bigger, by the way, than the outer turrets. It's a full 500 base for the second Rift-tailed objective bounty if you're able to collect it. That one immediately deleted from the map as well, so that one not an option either. And if they are aiming to get one, it'd probably be on in 2 minutes when Dragon spawns on bottom side, and NRG, if they could like overload top side and try and make a hard early push towards that top side turret, maybe scrape together some gold for FBI if they're able to get him up there and try and grab that top side turret objective bounty. But barring that one, is going to be pretty hard for them to get some leverage here. And I think that Evil Geniuses will be very well aware of that as well and try and play a stopping play on top side, which are a lot easier to pull off with hex gates on the map too.
Yeah, you're already starting to see the vision line from Evil Geniuses slowly bleed into the top side of the map. Dragon is coming up in a minute and 20, but their pressure is felt universally on the Rift. A teleport in from Jojo means that they're looking for this mid turret right before the Dragon. Contractz gets caught by the explosive cast while channeling that Keeper's Verdict. Great punish from EG.
Oh my god, the beat drop of Poppy's own ultimate was actually a Gragas ult killing you. That was just, oh, it's actually painful to watch this beat down, Raaffaa. Jojo, the easiest ult of his life on that one. Gets him right into the center of the team. They take down Poppy. They take down topside with the Rift Herald too. This team is just easily marching forward. All right, now we're just looking at what time.
That's right.
Because we're approaching 18 minutes here, approaching 30 seconds on this Dragon. That's going to be a pretty quick Dragon number 3 for Evil Geniuses.
That's right.
And since they're already able to shove back out topside, take down that topside turret, they should be able to deny NRG the trade play.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses are on track for a Soul pre-25 minutes at this point. So, I'm not gonna lie to you, Kobe, for any NRG fans in the audience or at home right now, it's looking rough. You're hoping that maybe FBI just goes crazy and Evil Geniuses mess up and blunder big time, but Evil Geniuses, how clean can this win be? That is the next mark that they have to achieve, because they've already done a great job early game. Mid game is going great, and Dhokla is punted back by the explosive cast from Jojo.
All right, Gragas ultimate down is actually big. They go for the flash play. Palafox. Oh,
and the teleport's coming in. Revenge, who is your target? Who do you want to look for? Palafox is isolated out. He doesn't have to do anything. The unstoppable onslaught hits FBI in the face, and it buys time for the rest of Evil Geniuses to follow up. Armao was looking for a flash as he had the stun from the Annie as he possessed, but they can just kite on back. Dhokla already used the Call of the Forge God to slow down the fight, but it's still a numbers advantage, and Jojopyun body slam flash! Oh my god, it's beautiful from Evil Geniuses! Decimating smash on top of it as well! They are wiping the floor with NRG!
Yeah, they can take whatever they want now. The front door is open. Dragon will be collected by Armao, and Jojo once again will lead the charge into enemy territory. He still had the flash, even without the ultimate, goes for the big play, gets another one for them. Evil Geniuses, can they also deny this red buff? There's no way. Contractz has smite at least. At least NRG can get their own red.
They've got a little bit of constellation prizes at the end of it, but man, this is almost a 10,000 gold lead under 20 minutes, Kobe.
And this team just got put together. So really, really big ceiling for the Evil Geniuses squad. And here's a look for it. Jojo just got ejected by the Poppy ultimate. So he's not on screen right now, so EG have to kite. Armao is able to use his ultimate, get out of range there, so Dhokla doesn't chop him back in. But then Jojo has re-arrived, and they've got the numbers advantage. Easy body slam, flash. They get the re-engage. FBI's down. That's the heart of the team there for NRG. He's down, means there's 0 damage left, and EG can run it straight on forward.
I'm really trying hard to not get overhyped for Evil Geniuses, but this is a damn good start, Kobe.
Yeah, I think it's very exciting considering, you know, how fresh this squad is, how little time they've had together. Especially though, everybody is gonna focus on Jojo, and rightly so. Going into full Grind Lord mode during the break there, and coming out in his first game on fire.
Summer Jojo hits different, man. Motivation at an all-time high. Jojo already showing what he can do when he's at the top of his game. Oh, what a beautiful wombo! Explosive cast into the CC bounce house that is the Evil Geniuses composition, and the resets are coming in for Armao as he possesses Contractz. No jungler, no mid laner for NRG. That's a free Baron if I've ever seen one.
Yes, sir. Evil Geniuses. Holy, rumors of their demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Where are the haters now? That's, man. Oh, this is gonna be a great summer split, Kobe. I was also in the camp of like, man, you're losing out on so many players. I mean, Inspired left such big shoes for Armao to fill, but 5-0-4 in the Viego, that's hella good, man. Keep it up, bro.
It is indeed. All right, Baron acquired 11,000, the gold lead here for Evil Geniuses, 3 Dragons 2. Definitely very good start for them. So we always track and we'll always try and be critical on how quickly and cleanly you can end out games like this. You know, as we've seen already, even a couple games today where there are stragglers getting picked off even by the team with a large lead. That simply has not happened to Evil Geniuses here. They have not given any space to NRG, and they have been able to outplay on every confrontation. So Arctic Graggy Boy coming in, right into Revenge.
Que bellissimo, oh my
Sion ultimate there for a nice little double bouncy. And they're pretty much dead.
I mean, they have so much CC to just lock down and pick off targets one by one. Dhokla, I'm sorry, buddy, but that jungle no longer belongs to your team. The only extent that you can be extended on is in your own base. And at this point, NRG are clumping up as groups and cores, because if you don't have a friend, you are going to die.
All right, looks like topside minion wave, get there first, take down topside first. They can get some damage over there. I guess Revenge is gonna go test out the damage on these towers. Doesn't feel like much.
Walked up and was like, hey guys, how much can I shield with 1 W? Damn. Soul Furnace is doing
He's
great
done
work.
the calculation, now watch the payoff.
That's right.
He's gonna have a big payoff play here where they just, he's got Contractz onto 50% in front of his own tower. All right, they're going for it.
A flash from Palafox. He finds Jojo, but he goes golden with the stasis. Contractz penny with the body slam, him with the heroic charge. Oh, it's the wombo bounce out once again. There's just no point. NRG, they're throwing everything they got, but everything they got is just not enough against Evil Geniuses.
All right, let's see it. There are 2 members up for NRG. Can they defend here? Evil Geniuses, they've got Baron, so they should look for the end.
Evil Geniuses, speed run percent. Can they maintain the clean game? 15-0. Oh. 48,000 gold to 34,000. They're throwing up the emotes. They're throwing down the Nexus towers, and they're corralling the minions in. The teleport is coming as well. Evil Geniuses, with the cleanest game of the LCS Summer Split so far, are looking to make their mark and run for the title. But Evil Geniuses are not going to end the game quite yet. So they now have to recoup and make sure that they can take down NRG's last stand before they go for the end. Explosive captain there. FBI gets punted backwards. Unforgiven picks up 1 more to add to the KDA. And they're on to the Nexus, and NRG are doing everything they can. Can Evil Geniuses clean it out? No kills, no deaths whatsoever. A deathless game from the Evil Geniuses starts off their summer split.
And in fact, a perfect game. That is actually the perfect game from Evil Geniuses. There have only been 3 in the history of the LCS, and this one is now the 4th. Evil Geniuses with the brand